As a student, Mr. Speaker, I can agree that the education sector is in a limbo. And I will say this. Take, for instance, a student here at the University of Nairobi. You are doing medicine as a course, and medicine requires you to pay more than 800,000 just for a year. And therefore, the government pays just 50,000 Kenyan shillings to support your education. And because from a place you're coming from, you can only afford maybe 150,000 a year, you pay 150,000 over a course that is supposed you to pay 800,000, and you remain with a deficit of 500,000. Now imagine you have 500,000 deficit per student. Now tell me, the whole students of that university doing that course. That is why we have a problem with the debts at our universities. That is the problem that we are having. The debts are not coming as a matter of borrowing. The debts are coming as a matter of financial and economic deficit that is caused in school. And imagine education, the same scheme that you are using now was started in 1994. So tell me something that was started in 1994. We want to continue with it. We are in 2025. We've seen that education is a problem, but we still want to continue with it. Are we killing education or are we strengthening it up? And when different things are brought to ensure that the education system is streamlined, we think of another thing. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, I want to talk about the issue of Tanzania. And before we talk about democracy involving Kenya and Tanzania, we should understand one thing about CCM. And I want to tell you that CCM, Chama cha Mapinduzi, was formed in 1961 as a result of the African independence movement. And the CCM that you see in Tanzania is even more worse than the NRM that you see in Uganda. Because in 1961, CCM was formed between a merger of the Afro-Shirazi Party and the TANU that was formerly known as Tanganyika African National Union. Wisdom. It was formed as a merger. And after there, in 1961, in 1977 was when the two parties merged. And since then, 1997 and 1992, CCM has been winning elections. And from 1992 to now, it has won 6 consecutive elections. And therefore, in Tanzania, when the likes of Alamin Kimathi and other human rights activists were detained for a year in Uganda because of the problems that they took from their own country to the other country, I want to tell you that as far much as we have the democracies and the liberty that we have as Kenyan people, it is never the same in other countries, because a party that has existed since 1961 up to now, as I finish, Mr. Speaker, is not same as Jubilee that ruled for 10 years and UDA that has now ruled for 3 years. Tell me about the systems that have been in place since 1961, and then you want to take a job to that country. Go and even ask the people who are doing private sector business in Tanzania, and then you will understand why we have our own activists facing what they are facing there. Go and have a check and see what they are doing. So as far much as we enjoy our democracy here in Kenya, let us understand that it is limited in other countries. Other countries are built on their own laws. Other countries are built on their own democracies. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, just add me 1 minute, if possible. There is the issue of the Mukuru issue. Mukuru kwa Njenga issue. And the issue of housing. A lot of people have been saying that that project was done 3/4 by Uhuru. I want to ask you, fellow members, can a 3/4 complete house be occupied?
No.
Can it be occupied?
No.
If the system, last system, the deputy president then, William Ruto, was deputy president for 10 years, and Uhuru was the president for another 10 years, what is the problem if Ruto can finish the same house, and yet that leadership was finished in a way that the deputy president then became the president now? What is the problem if you finish that thing? The prime of something is seen at its peak. The prime of something, hata ukichemsha maji, when you boil is when you start seeing it. Ndio unataka kuitoa kwa maji. So I want to tell you people, even if it was started then, people have occupied it now. And this is the prime time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.